Hey y'all, it's Saturday. So y'all look, I went online and I like to purchase my big items online, and the reason why I like doing that is because I have electronic receipt and I have a copy of my purchase and all that. But anyway, so I went back because I had to buy a washer, and so I went back to look, and the last washer I bought in 2016. So appliances just don't last like they used to. But anyway, so the last washer I bought was a Whirlpool. And the reason why I bought a Whirlpool is because my brother-in-law works on appliances, and he told me that he'd rather work on Whirlpool than GE because of GE parts or whatever. I don't have all the particulars. So I got Whirlpool. And so one day, every once in a while, I don't know what that knocking sound is. Let's hit this. Every once in a while, my dryer would get off balance. I didn't think anything of it. I was like, well, maybe, my hands dry, y'all. Maybe it's because of maybe the load was too large or whatever, but it was a super capacity Whirlpool washing machine, but it didn't have the agitator. But at first it would wring the clothes out real good. Then it got to the point it wasn't wringing them out real good, and then at the end it got to the point where every time you would get to the spin cycle, it would like be off balance. And then I began to notice that the clothes, in my opinion, in a washer with no agitator just don't get clean enough. You just need that agitator to handle those clothes, to shake them up and shake that dirt out, in my opinion now. So I remember when I was at Lowe's looking at the washers, this older lady was there, and she was like, I'll never again buy a washer without an agitator. And I was like, that's her business. I'm not really trying to be nosy or anything like that. And after my last situation with that, I won't either. It's like, for some reason, look like your clothes end up with hair. I don't know. And so I had a meeting in one of my departments, and the lady was telling me about different types of discounts and stuff like that, and the way she's able to get discounts in different places and all that. And I told her, I said, well, I wish I had known that before I went bought a washer. And know the first thing the lady said, did you get one with an agitator? I said, I sure did. She said, yeah. She said, because I'm telling you, she said, those clothes just don't get clean. And for me, they don't either. Now, I think, the front load washers may be a little different because they get beat up more. Like the ones at the commercial ones at the washateers, the front load kinds that they sell too, they're more expensive, but I think they do a better job. But I never, if it's not a front load, I have got to have an agitator. I'm telling y'all. And so they just left, and then I'm running over here. I had bought my son a bed. Well, it was a headboard. I had bought it from Sam's, and I know it wasn't real leather, but I don't know what happened, but I know where he lay his head, like sometimes if he's sitting in bed, wherever he put his head, whatever that material is, that started peeling off his headboard, and I can't stand that. So I don't really want to buy an expensive bedroom set until I actually purchase a house. I've been looking, but I haven't been able to find anything that's that I want to spend a significant amount of money. I don't want to spend the next 15, 30 years paying for a house I'm not satisfied with. So I know it's going to be a compromise, but I mean, these people want too much money for these houses. They're overpriced, and then they haven't updated them since the 70s. You know what I'm saying? You got old wallpaper on the walls. You got Formica countertops. You got shell sinks and all that, and then you want $300,000. I'm like, nah, old carpet and popcorn ceilings. I'm like, nah. And so I do a lot of research before I go in and make any type of investment. I do a lot of research, and man was saying what you have to be careful about right now is people going out and purchasing these houses, and right now the houses are overpriced. And he said what's going to happen, that market is going to flip. In other words, you're going to pay $250 for a house today, and then 3 years from now, that same house may be valued at $225. So, you know, the value has depreciated instead of appreciated. So, you know, I'm considering all of that. And then, you know, I'm just, you know, I want a house with an office because I got so many things that I'm working on. You know, I'm in the researching stages of different things that I'm trying to do, because, you know, I don't want to. The Bible says that how they said that we want to leave wealth for our children's children, right? So if I can barely support myself, how can I save anything to leave to my grandson? I only have one grandson right now. How can I possibly leave anything for him if I'm barely surviving myself? So, you know, and that's why as a younger person, I would spend I can remember. And, you know, and I could tell that, and that's why I want to tell young women. I can remember one year I gave my daughter, I think it was a 7th birthday party. And of course, I would always get them new outfits, and I did their hair myself. I had to have it back, and I was giving them, I think they had perms. Did they have perms, or was I pressing hair? Because, y'all, I could press some hair. Look, when I was a freshman at Grambling, I would press hair and make my extra money. Look, me and my roommate, I would press hair. I used a hot plate and a straightening comb, and I would press hair. You hear me? And then my roommate and I, we were freshmen typing research papers for seniors. Sure did. And I've always been a hustler. Legitimate hustler, but a hustler. But anyway, y'all, what else? Now I forgot what I was talking about. But anyway, yeah, so I owe it to my son to, I had bought new bedding and everything. I was waiting to the house, but I'm like, no, I'm going to go ahead and use that too, because I just may get in the house and decide I want to change. You know, like, that's why I don't want to get new living room furniture and stuff, because I really don't know what I want to get. And what I buy now, I don't want to get anything cheap, and I don't want to buy anything and then it doesn't go with the aesthetics of the new house. So that's why I'm kind of holding off on that. But what I was talking about is getting the house. So I'm just deciding to wait, but I'm gonna go ahead and get him a bed. And when I get the house, whenever I get the new bedroom set that he's gonna get, I'll just go ahead and sell it or give it to somebody or whatever, or I may have an extra room to put it in for the guest room or whatever. Because I get the bed, and then I could easily just get 2 end tables from some of those online stores, Wayfair or something, and dress it up that way. You know, it's things you could do on a budget. I remember this lady, her whole house was furnished. It was pretty. She lived in the hood, and she would do garage sales, and that's how she furnished her whole house. It was pretty. She kept it really clean, really pretty. And you know, that's what the one thing, when you done worked all day, you want to come home to something clean and nice, or you should want to. I put it like that. you should want to. But yeah, so that's where I'm headed, over here to this furniture store. I had to go back. I've been out all day. I went and got my nails done because they were looking horrible. I went and did that, got my nails and toes done, and then I went and picked up some stuff out of the store. I did a haul. I shared that with y'all. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. I don't really get out and mingle with people too much. I'm really an introvert. I don't know if people could even tell, but I am. But y'all know something? YouTube, and I know for a lot of people, some people say, oh, they clout chasing and all that. Not for me. I ain't gonna lie. This is therapy for me. And I have met some wonderful, amazing people. Not just in conversation, but in the things they do in their everyday life to survive, their careers. One of my real beautiful, sweet sisters, very appreciative of her because she always support me. She's a nurse. Very sweet. You know, so people are doing things that not only help themselves, but help others. And that's how I am. I'm not a nurse because I promise y'all, I cannot stand blood. I can't stand. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So I just, you know, you just want to have a place where you could go and, yeah, you know, sometimes people gonna judge. Some people say, oh, that video too dark, this, that, and that don't bother me. You know, look, I've experienced the worst time in my life when my mom died. If the Lord brought me through that, somebody saying I'm fat or somebody saying I didn't cook something too long or my video too low, baby, that ain't gonna hurt me. One thing about me, if you tell me something, I value your opinion. You understand what I'm saying? And so what you tell me, maybe the Lord giving me a word from you. You understand what I'm saying? I had a girl tell me one time, she said, girl, you just gave me my confirmation. She said, I didn't know what to do. She said, but when you told me that it was like God had told me what to do. And sometimes that's how it happened. And it might even be from people that you really don't even like. You don't care nothing about. Life is something else. But I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt regardless of what's going on. That's just how I try to live, because sometimes, you know, they say, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. We see people doing crazy stuff, and you're like, wow, why they did that? Because that's the highest level of understanding that they have. But that's why people need to be willing to listen sometimes. And I do. Like a lady told me, she said, I was cutting up something. I never forget, her name was Miss Annette Williams. And I hadn't seen her in a while. I hope she's okay. But she told me, she said, when you get ready to cut something up and you got the thing moving, she said, take and put a wet towel up under there. And I do that now. I got a real thin, what you call them things? Shoot. But I put a towel up on it, don't move. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So, you know, hey, be receptive, open to learn and listen and learn from other people. You don't know who behind that camera or that computer can tell you something to change your whole life. For the good. For better. All right, y'all. Let me run in here and see what I can find. Y'all, now listen to this. My son, 21 years old. I say, hey, I'm going to get you a temporary bed. You want to come? No. I said, you don't care what I pick? He said, I know you're going to get something nice. I said, oh, thank you. All right, y'all. Let me get on up in here. It's Saturday. This is me. Is that you? Talk to y'all later. Bye.